These people live in such a little liberal bubble that all they know is their little worldview, and they can't imagine that there's anybody outside of that. And so when she says Riley Gaines looks like a man, who knew people would be upset about that? When she said that, hey, trans people need a place in women's sports, basically that's what she said. Who knew that there'd be those who disagree with it? It's really not it's really not hard to noodle out for all these people in their little liberal world. It just is a fact that men and women are different. Biological males are going to have an advantage against biological females, and it's just not right that there's so many people who are okay with them competing against biological women. As we pointed out many times before, one of the greatest female athletes of all time, Serena Williams, talked about the differences between men and women when it comes to sports. Despite the fact that USA Today just claimed in an article, I think it was on Monday, that there is no scientific evidence that men have any kind of advantage over women in sports. USA Today makes that claim? Well, here is what Serena Williams had to say about it.
Men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. So I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Because
wow.
No, it's true. It's true.
It is true. You're right.
It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster.
Oh.
And they.
I'm sorry, what?
They serve harder. They hit harder. It's just a different game. And
Wow. That is from the number one women's player in the world. And she knows all of that because she got beat by the 203rd ranked man in the world when she was at the top of her game. So she understands the issue. She really does. And you know what? All you have to do at USA Today is take a peek at in fact, all statistics in any given sport and compare the men's times, the men's distances to the women's time and the women's distances and see which is better. Whatever sport you're looking at, track and field, swimming, it doesn't matter. There is a reason that men's times are better than women's in every case because we're different, and that's okay. It's okay that we're different. In fact, it's great that we're different. But that's why separate categories were invented in the first place in all of these sports so that men could compete against men and women would compete against women. It's fair that way. And just because some male has decided that he identifies as a female, that doesn't make that person a female. That male still has male muscle mass, bone structure, chromosomes. I mean, if I were to identify as a gerbil, would you guys then consider me a gerbil? If I came into the studio and said, I'm a gerbil now?
I mean, this is tough.
It is. It's difficult, isn't it?
I mean,
because you don't want to be hateful, right?
No, I don't want to be hateful. And the entertainment value for the show
will go through the roof
to kind of encourage your transition.
Yeah, and look, if I identify as a gerbil, then I am one.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. That's how that works.
I'll even make a GoFundMe page so you could go through the full transition to a gerbil.
Goodness.
Okay.
Looking forward to this. Can we do this? When are we starting this?
Well, today
really soon.
He just came out. He said he identifies as a gerbil. So
yeah, well, right now I'm sort of half identifying as a gerbil.
Okay, got it.
Before you completely identify as a gerbil, you need to check the Blaze healthcare plan.
And see if gerbils are covered.
See if the transition.
That's a good point.
Because if it's not,
you don't want to be on the other end.
Lose
of the
all my health care.
Well, not just that. If it's not, you start suing now the Blaze for not covering
gerbils.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. So
okay.
All right.
Look into that.
So I'm going to work on that.
The clicks, baby. The clicks. Jeez. Just do it for the clicks.
And Pat, I know you're talking about gender. My favorite story that I did not know was when the soccer team, the U.S. soccer team, lost to 14-year-old boys?
Yeah. It was the 14 and under All-Stars in Dallas.
And under. Just make sure you
14 and under.
Don't call them 14-year-olds.
Sorry, 14 and under. The women's national team. And And it wasn't. It was 5-2. They lost 5-2.
Oh, and then they canceled. They stopped the game.
They stopped the game.
That's right.
They stopped the game.
That's because they were so embarrassed that they're getting beaten by 14-year-old boys.
And then, just to clarify, Pat, this is the team that represents us in the world stage, correct?
Well, yeah. And
the Olympics?
And they're world champions. They're gold medal winners.
The gold medalist,
in women's sports, but it was a little bit different.
For the 14 and under.
Right, yes.
Okay.
But it was some of the best 14 and unders in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So, in fairness, 14 and under. So there were some 12 and 13-year-olds.
So,
but,
I'm really excited. I want to support you in your transition, and I want to check before I click order to make this more smooth for you. Are you into, like, what kind of gerbil type toys would you want? Like the little trail thingy?
Oh, I think that tunnel thing is kind of cool. You like the tunnel thing?
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
How about this right here? This little bridgey
I'm not sure what I do with that. Do I just...
Well, don't chew on it because it's shelter for you.
Oh.
You just lay there. That's where you lay.
Okay.
Do you want the swing set? Because the swing set is pretty cool.
Now, look, we can get you these little twine deals. But again, you don't want to destroy them.
Yeah. What do I do with the twine?
You chew on it, kind of work on your teeth. So
don't get carried away because then it'll unravel and it'll be a mess.
We don't want that.
Yes.
We don't want that.
We'll make sure that your teeth are sharpened.
Well, definitely the tunnel, Keith. I think the tunnel is...
You like the tunnel?
Really
the tunnel's cool, man.
The tunnel's really cool.
So just keep us updated.
Okay.
Chris will be in charge of cleaning your cage.
I will.
Oh,
All right.
absolutely.
Yeah?
I'll get you a cage.
All right.
Yes.
Not just get me one, but you got to clean it every
No, I'll
day.
clean it. Yes, I'll get you the hay.
It's
I'll
be
get
a
you
big
the
cage
yes.
here on this side.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
up the whole side.
Right.
And if it starts smelling in here, I'm gonna be.
It's my
pissed.
fault. Yes, it's my fault.